What's up guys, my name is Ace, and Black Ops Cold War has an entirely unique score streak system this time around. And in today's video, I'm going to be breaking this down and explaining exactly how this works, at least in the alpha build of the game that I was able to play last week. And then of course, after I share how it works, I do want to talk about my impressions of this, because I honestly think this is one area that could end up being one of the biggest complaints in the community this time around. Or who knows, maybe people are going to like it and it will end up being a staple going forward. So first up, let's go over the score streaks that we had access to in the alpha, keeping in mind, of course, this is not going to be all of the score streaks that we have access to in the full build of the game, but we had access to 8 of them. And the first one is the RCXT, which is going to cost 600 score to earn. Then we have a spy plane, which is 800 score. After that is the artillery at 1900 score. Then we have the napalm strike at 2400. The air patrol at 2750, the war machine at 3150, the attack chopper at 3750, and then finally the chopper gunner at 6000 score. Now looking at that, something is definitely different from what we've seen with previous score streak systems, because like the streaks are costing up to 6000 score. And if I remember correctly, the top streak in Black Ops 4 was only about 1600 score, so how does that work? Well, it turns out this time around, score streaks don't reset on death. And this is something that is very scary to hear, and this is something that definitely has me concerned. However, there is more to it than this. It's not just going to be like requisitions in the past, which was the perk that allowed you to get your streaks without it resetting on death. With this system that they're using in Black Ops Cold War, going on streaks is still pretty much necessary if you want to be earning the higher end streaks, because a lot of your score is going to be coming from bonuses that you get by stringing together kills in the same life. And we're going to break down a streak in detail here so you guys can see exactly how much score you're getting per kill and also the bonus score and how important that is. But just to be very clear, as far as I can tell at least, nobody's going to be earning even a mid-level streak if they're just getting a kill and then dying, and then getting a kill and then dying. Even if they get a bunch of kills in a match by doing that, without the bonus score for going on a streak, they're just not going to be getting very much score total. So let's get into this and break down the best streak that I got during this play session, keeping in mind I'm playing against a bunch of pro players, as well as some of the best streamers and YouTubers in the world, so I didn't get any crazy streaks, but I managed to string some kills together in this domination match. And let's have a look at how this score piles up. Keep in mind, of course, these values will change depending on the game mode. But in domination here, we can see my first kill on Dismo here while I'm standing on the B flag. This awarded me 125 score toward my streak, which is pretty normal, nothing too surprising there. Then I finished capturing the B flag, which was neutral at the time, so I got 50 score for the neutral capture. Again, nothing too out of the ordinary here, although I kind of wish it would be a bit higher for a neutral B flag capture compared to the home flags, but that's like a minor complaint for a different time. The next thing I want to point out, keeping in mind this is in the same life, I got my second kill of this life, and you can see I get 50 points for the elimination since I'm nowhere near an objective. But on top of that, we also get a streak multiplier, and it says ×2, that's just how many kills I've had in a row so far in this life, and this gave me a bonus 50 score on top of the 50 for the regular elimination. Then with my third kill, again in the same life, you can now see I get a bonus 100 score on top of the standard 50 for the elimination. So you can really see that it's starting to add up as you continue on the streak. But carrying on to the fourth kill, again in the same life, we get 150 bonus score on top of the 50 for the regular elimination, so 200 total for the fourth kill. And then the fifth kill is where things get really interesting. You can see here, I got 450 bonus score for my fifth kill on top of the 50, so actually 500 score total for the fifth kill. And this 450 bonus score per kill seems to carry on for the sixth kill, the seventh kill, and even the eighth kill. So it does seem to cap out at that 450, although perhaps if you get to 10 kills, for instance, you get yet another multiplier on top of that. But unfortunately, I didn't get any 10 kill streaks in this play session. I would recommend checking out like Dismo, for instance, or TP. I noticed they went on some pretty big streaks while I was playing. So maybe on their channel, you can see how much of a bonus they're getting for any kills beyond 10 in a row. But you can really see here, even just going on a 5 streak, this is where the score really starts to build up a lot. Like you're getting at least 500 score per kill in domination, and even more if you or the enemy is on the objective. And this means getting up to like 6,000 score, for instance, is fairly reasonable if you're able to continue streaks beyond the 5 kill streaks and you're able to get lots of kills after the 5 kill streak. However, it is important to note that these streak bonuses obviously disappear if you die. So if I were to die on this streak and then start over again, my first kill is just 50 points, assuming they're not on the objective. And then my second kill is 100 points total, and I have to work my way back up through the multipliers. So just to simplify this and put this into perspective for you guys, let's assume we're playing Domination and we'll just eliminate any sort of objective score just to keep the numbers nice and easy to work with. If you wanted to earn this chopper gunner at 6,000 score, if you did it all in one life, like you didn't die at all from the beginning of the game, it would take a 15 kill streak, assuming there isn't an added bonus once you hit a 10 kill streak, which there very well might be, but I'm just going off the numbers that I know for sure. It looks like it would be a 15 kill streak to get it, which is a little bit high for Call of Duty, but nothing too out of the ordinary for a top streak. And the chopper gunner, by the way, is very powerful in this game based on me seeing other people using it. But yeah, you can get that in a 15 kill streak as long as you're not dying at all. However, let's just say you're getting roughly a 3 kill death ratio, and to keep things extra simple here, let's assume you have the perfect 3 KD game where every single life you get 3 kills and then you die. You never get more than a 3 kill streak and you never get less than a 3 kill streak in a life. That's just to keep the numbers nice and simple and easy to work with here. But if you did this, you would need to get 60 kills by the end of the match to earn that 6,000 score chopper gunner. So that's 20 individual 3 kill streaks you would have to get. But then let's take it to the next level and assume you get that perfect 2 kill death ratio game, where it's the same scenario. Every single time you spawn in, you get 2 kills and then you die, and you just keep repeating that process. With this, you would need 80 kills total, so 40 individual 2 kill streaks by the end of the game to earn that chopper gunner. And while that is doable for some players, that's a lot of kills to be getting just to earn the top streak. But now let's wrap it up with the final example I wanted to look at here. What happens if you have a perfect 1 KD, where in every single life you get a kill, then you die, then you respawn, you get a kill, and you die, and you just repeat that for the entire match? How many kills total would you need to get this chopper gunner? Turns out you would need 120 kills doing that, which again, maybe on a really small map, some people would pull that off. But if they are pulling that off, it's unlikely they'll have a 1 KD. They'll probably be doing much better than a 1 KD. But I just wanted to put that into perspective. It helped put things into perspective for me a little bit and make me feel a bit better about this system at least. You really do need to be maintaining streaks if you want to be able to earn the higher level score streaks. And based on what I've seen so far in my very limited playtime, it doesn't look like it's going to be like requisitions from COD World War II, where you could take a slightly above average player, throw him into a match, he could be dying a bunch throughout the match, but he's still dropping the top streaks by the end of that match just because he's half decent and plays aggressively. In Cold War, it looks like you're going to have to do a lot better than that if you want to be able to reach the highest streaks in the game. But with this, before we get into my full opinion, there's also another thing I want to cover here, and this is the cooldown times, which during the alpha, every single one of the streaks had the same cooldown time at 90 seconds. And what this cooldown timer does is it just prevents you from spamming low streaks over and over again. So after you call a UAV in, for instance, you can't start earning score towards your next UAV until 90 seconds has elapsed. Now, that score will still keep adding up for the other streaks that you haven't earned yet and you're still working toward. That's totally fine. It's just the UAV cooldown starts the moment you call in the previous UAV. And like I said, that just prevents somebody from only throwing UAV on and then just spamming UAVs over and over again by just quickly getting kill streaks over and over. But yeah, that pretty much wraps it up for everything we know about the Scorestreak system so far based on my alpha playtime last week. One more thing I almost forgot to mention, so I'm just going to tag it in here. You can earn multiple sets of streaks in the same life in Cold War, unlike Modern Warfare. So let's just say the Napalm Strike is your top streak and you manage to earn it without dying. You can earn it again without having to die, unlike in Modern Warfare where you would have to die before you can start working toward it again. Just keep in mind you will have to wait for that cooldown time. Now for my thoughts on this. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I think this is an area that could potentially be like a top 3 sticking point for people when it comes to this game. It is a big change up from the traditional kill streak or score streak systems in the past. And those are systems that really defined Call of Duty. And it's actually one of the biggest reasons Call of Duty took off and was so successful with COD 4. That was the introduction of the kill streak system. So for me personally, I've got to say I am very concerned about this system, and I'm really worried it's going to be another one of those cases where they're changing something that wasn't broken. and they're changing something that has to do with the core identity of the Call of Duty franchise, just for the sake of being different and trying something new. Now, of course, I'm willing to give it some more playtime in the beta and see how things go, but I'm just not sold on it at this point. Having said this, after looking at it closely and doing the math on it and seeing that you still really do need to be maintaining longer streaks to reasonably earn the higher streaks in the game, I do feel a bit better about it, but I'm still not sold on it. And the first reason for this is the same reason I don't like requisition streaks. Especially when it comes to higher level streaks, I feel like if I notice somebody's going on a streak on the enemy team, I can focus my attention to kill them and shut their streak down so they don't end up calling a chopper gunner in on me. And that's one aspect that you always have to be kind of aware of, and you have to watch the kill feed. You have to pay attention to your teammates dying in a certain area, or if you've died a couple times to the same player and you know that they haven't died yet, you might want to start focusing your attention on taking that player out, because otherwise they might drop a big streak on your head, and the moment you shut them down and kill them just one time, you shut that streak down and it resets everything, and you have that peace of mind knowing you shut that player's streak down. With this system, yeah, you can slow them down a little bit by shutting down one of their streaks, but then they could just start again and continue going on the next streak, and all the progress from their previous streak is still there. So it's not enough to just kill a player to take them off of their streak. On the other end of that, we have the satisfaction of earning a streak and the amount of tension that builds up as you go on a streak. With the traditional streak system, where you do have to get everything all in one life, as you keep getting kill after kill after kill without dying, the tension keeps building up, and you know that any little mistake means that you don't get that highest streak. And this is one of the things that really gets the adrenaline flowing in Call of Duty. You have that tension, you have no room for error here, especially when you're just a couple kills or a little bit of score away from your top streak. That tension is an awesome feeling. And with this system, that same tension won't be there. Now, there'll still be a little bit of tension because you want to maintain that multiplier for as long as possible, as many kills as possible. But dying in this system doesn't immediately end your streak. You do get set back, but then you just carry on from where you left off. So I'm very concerned that it's going to take a lot of the magic away from earning a kill streak, because after all that tension, it just feels amazing to finally get that last bit of score or that last kill to get the top streak. So yeah, there we have it. That's how the score streak system works, as well as my thoughts on this score streak system. Like I said, I'm definitely willing to continue giving it a go in the beta to really see how it plays against a wider variety of players. But I am a little bit worried that this is going to be that big thing gameplay-wise that I end up hating about the game throughout the year. We'll just have to wait and see on that one. But of course, I would like to know in the comment section below, what are your thoughts on this system that they're using in Black Ops Cold War? Do you think this is a step forward and an improvement from the traditional score streak system? Or are you not really liking the sounds of it? Just let me know those thoughts down below. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.